Hey, welcome back to Snapbolt Games. My name's Max, and I'm here with another modern league, and I am going to continue playing Blue-Red Delver here. I'm stoked to get into this one. Before I get into the deck, let me shout out the channel real quick. It's youtube.com/snapbolt. There's a link in the description below to go to the channel. Check it out. I've played 5 leagues with this deck so far. Essentially, this deck, couple changes, but basically this exact deck 5 leagues. We're 22 wins and 3 losses with the deck so far. So I want to just keep playing it and see how far I can take it. Um, so go check out the channel, subscribe to the channel if you like this content, if you want to see more content. You can ring the bell to know when my new videos come out. Should be a new video every day. Comment down below. All that helps me out. If you want to support me, that's the best way to do it. Okay, thank you so much. Now let's get right into this deck tech. We'll do a real quick one because again, I played 5 leagues, so you can always go check those out. The first league is gonna have the longest deck tech with my brother who built the deck, so go check that one out. It'll be the oldest blue-red Delver deck in Modern on the video, but on the channel. But it only came out like 2 weeks ago or so, or maybe less. Okay, so blue-red Delver, we have 4 Delver, 4 Channeler, 4 Murktide as our threats. We have some subtleties too. We can hardcast 4 Force of Negation, which I've liked so far. I want to try that some more. 4 Iteration, 4 Serum, 4 Thought Scour for card advantage, card selection, enabling Murktide, and Delver and stuff. I hate it when it does this. And then our removal is just 4 Bolt, 4 Unholy Heat. Really straightforward. Bobble, pretty broken card. This card is honestly pretty dumb. It just enables Channeler too well. It enables Delirium. It just makes any other choice as a Delirium enabler just unplayable because this is just always the best option. It's done with Luris. Honestly, I would like a Bobble ban in Modern to go along with maybe, I don't know if we need a Saga ban yet, but if they're going to make some changes, I wouldn't hate Bobble ban because, yeah, they could ban DRC, but I don't know if they need to do that either. DRC without Bobble gets worse. Yes, it's still going to be fantastic. I think this is actually the best Modern Horizons 2 card, but Bobble is just, it's not doing anything cool. It's just either like, essentially lowering your deck size by playing Bobble and having like a slight downsize that you don't get the card right away. It's just enabling stupid stuff like extra delve. It's enabling cast triggers on channelers, enabling delirium, but it's not actually like, I just don't like the card that much. I don't think it's a great design, so I wouldn't be sad to see Bobble go. I don't know if that's necessarily going to happen, but there's a reason why this is a $45 uncommon right now. So that's pretty dumb. I could see that going. But enough about that. This deck is sweet. This is entirely my brother's brew. Again, we've made some changes, but I did want to make one more kind of statement about the deck, and I have been wanting to try Ragavan in the 1-drop slot. I think Delver might be better, especially when you're playing 4/4s. But I just went to go rent the deck from Card Hoarder. Shout out to them. Card Hoarder, awesome, hooking me up with a fat rental account because I don't own really any Magic Online cards, as you can see here. But I went to rent the deck with 4 Ragavan, and I went down to 2 Force, 0 Subtlety. So I own 1 Force actually on Magic Online. So I had only rented 1 Force for Ragavan, but Ragavan was like 115 or 120 ticket rental price, and I was like, I couldn't afford it. It was just like the card 111 tickets or something was just too crazy, whatever it was. It was just too much, and I was like, okay, well, I've done so well with Delver. I'm going to keep jamming. I want to keep playing this deck. So we're not going to see the Ragavans, but we were able to get the Force Negation at a more reasonable, like 85 ticket price. So we're going to try Delver again. Maybe in the future I'll be able to get some monkeys and try that. I will say the list I was going to build was cut 2 Subtlety, cut 2 Force of Negation, just play 4 Monkey and still play 4 Delver. And I would have to, I like the subtleties actually, but I would have to cut them because I would keep the Delvers and add 4 Monkey. And then I think you don't want subtlety because it's a creature spell, and you want all your other spells other than your threats to be spells for Delver. So going down to 2 Force, because you're cutting blue cards, and just, I don't know if you need it as much with more threats. So going up to 12 1-drop threats, 2 Forces, 2 Subtlety, 2 Force of Negation, out is what I would do if I was going to add 4 Monkey to this build. And I've liked the sideboard. It's been a little bit better now that I made a couple changes. So with all that said, enough ranting by me. Let's just go right into round 1. I'll see you there. All right, welcome to round 1. We're on the draw. This hand is totally fine. Gonna snap keep this. We have a Bolt for a Ragavan, we have a Delver, we have a Thought Scour to go with this Murktide. See what we're up against. Just gonna F6 here. Is it Jund? This is the Yawgmoth combo. Just gonna lead Delver over Thought Scour. I could Thought Scour and then just turn to Regent, but I mean, if Delver flips, then that becomes a threat in and of itself too. I don't need to turn 2 Regent, I can turn 3 Regent potentially, so I can just double Thought Scour next turn, and then just try to set up this Regent for turn 3. Okay, what does this do? Green black. Hapra, Vizier of Poison, deals combat damage to a player. You may put a -1/-1 counter on target creature. When you put one or more -1/-1 counters on a creature, create a 1/1 green snake creature. So when you're comboing with Yawgmoth, you can make infinite snakes, I guess. Obviously not blocking here. But we can reveal the Delver and then determine if we want to Thought Scour ourselves. It's a polluted Delta. I mean, I actually do want another land. I don't know if I need it actually, because I can go Thought Scour plus Bolt this turn. Thought Scour and then Bolt this. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards in yard, and I can still Murktide even without a land. But then next turn, if I draw the land, I'm able to go land and then Thought Scour Murktide and make sure this is an 8/8. I think it's worth it just to draw it. So let's go Delta, Lightning Bolt this. And I could Serum Visions right now. See, this is close. If I Serum Visions, then next turn I have to resolve Thought Scour into Regent. I think I would rather just Thought Scour myself, honestly. So let's just attack for 1, pass the turn. I'm probably just going to fetch Island here, since I just have a bunch of blue cards. Force of Negation, pretty bad in this matchup because they have mostly creatures, but they do have some key spells like Court of Calling. Ignoble Hierarch, and then another Ignoble Hierarch, and then another Yawgmoth. Okay. They're going to attack for 2. With the Exalted, as long as I can flip Delver at some point, I might be fine here. Let's get Island, Thought Scour ourselves. Subtlety, Murktide. Okay, that was not spells, so that kind of sucks. Let's see if we flip here. It's a Delver of Secrets. I mean, I don't want to draw that. It's kind of crappy. So if I just play Murktide and Delver, my Murktide's a 5/5, but then I get to deploy another Delver. It's probably worth it rather than playing a Thought Scour. That's what I'm going to do. I'll just draw this Delver. And then just go Flooded Strand, sacrifice this. I'm just going to get another island here. Even though I might want more red sources, I don't want to take damage when I could potentially get raced this game. So let's go Murktide, exile all the spells, and then leave a creature. And I guess just leave the land. Not really sure. Then just play another Delver. I think deploying another Delver and hoping like I can flip these at some point is going to be better than just getting another +1/+1 counter or 2 on the Murktide. I guess if I Thought Scoured, I was likely to make this a 7/7, which is just more power in the air anyway. So maybe that would have been better. Is this a Grist? It's a Yawg. Okay, so now they go off here. I think this might not be a good matchup for us. I'm just gonna F6 here. Oh, they're just killing one Delver and then they can kill the other Delver, I guess. They'd have to sack Ignoble Hierarch because if they want to put -1/-1 counters on their Yawgmoth to draw cards, they need to go back and forth, paying 1 life. So now obviously I wish I just Thought Scoured and made an 8/8 flying. Now I only have a 5/5. That does change my clock, so I may have just misplayed. Okay, now these don't come back. That was a weird play. Okay. There's a bobble. Guess I'm gonna bobble myself to see if I want to draw it or if I want to Thought Scour myself. Right now, it's a Delver of Secrets. I don't think I want that. It's just Thought Scour. There's Mountain. Okay, now it's Serum Visions. Trying to find a burn spell. We do have Delirium for this Dragon Rage. Let's go bottom, top. Let's Thought Scour them, and then just play the Dragon Rage. I guess I could have attacked first. And mill a Messenger and a Yawg. Let's attack for 5 in the air, hit them to 9. This is still not lethal right now, which kind of sucks. Okay, we have 8 power in the air. I feel like if I had gone Thought Scour into Regent instead of Delver Regent, I would be in a much better position. At least I can find a bolt to win still. I have 3 bolts left. I have a Surveil from Dragon Rage if that doesn't die. And they put a +1/+1 counter on each of these Yawgmoths. I mean, I guess they can like sack an Ignoble Hierarch to put a -1/-1 counter on one of these. But then it doesn't come back, so they can't keep comboing. I guess they can't really pay life though because I have 8 power in the air, so yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Might just be okay if they can't really do anything else. I guess they could have another one of these. A Messenger is probably lethal. Dryad Arbor to sack to Yawg, I guess. Chord of Calling here. Oh, this is the other one. The other tutor effect. Yeah, no Force of Negation either. I've only played this matchup once and I actually lost it. It was one of the 3 losses. Eldritch Revolution, yeah. So they can get a 2-drop. They get Cutthroat. And then now this allows them to go infinite, right? Then they put a -1/-1 counter there. And then they can just keep sacking these Yawgmoths back and forth. Is that correct? They sack this one, it comes back. They put a -1/-1 counter here. They lose one. They draw a card. They gain one. And then that should be infinite. They just keep sacking back and forth with this out. I think the problem was I only drew 1 lightning bolt this whole game, and I needed more bolts and unholy heats. So this is game now. They just sack back and forth, and there's nothing I can do. I don't even think I want Tormod script here. I don't think that's good. I think Fury is very good. Aether Gust does seem good enough. And then I can just board out Force of Negation. Even though it counters some key spells, they just have so many creatures in their deck. I don't want to try to Force of Negation an Eldritch Evolution or a Chord of Calling, really. I'd rather just kill the creatures and not try to play that game. Because if they just don't draw those spells or side some number of them out, then this is just kind of a dead card. Alright, let's go with this. Let's go game 2. We got this. I guess even if I had made a bigger Murktide, it might not have mattered. Alright, this is a Snap Keep. Yes, it's only 1 land, but I have so many spells I can cast, and I want a bunch of removal spells in this matchup, and then I also have threats. So, yes, I have 1 land. If I draw a land on the first turn, this hand becomes insane, and if I don't, it's keepable, because I can just start deploying Delvers and then start killing their things. Yeah, and another land would just be fantastic. Ooh, Dryad Arbor. Expressive Iteration. Yeah, I'd like to reveal that. Just gonna Lightning Bolt. Take them down mana. They're on a mulligan and they led Dryad Arbor. Yeah, this is fine. I could have gone on Holy Heat, but I think I might be able to turn on Delirium at some point, and then just seems good to me. Yeah, this is nice. Okay, so let's attack for 3, and then I'll show you the Bobble trick to help flip Delver. If you haven't seen the other videos, this is actually really good part of the deck. It's really good synergy with Bobble. I know I was hating on this, and I guess this is one cool thing it does, but it's not even that cool. So you don't crack Bobble on your turn. You wait till their turn, and then you crack Bobble whenever you want. I usually like to do it on their end step, and they just concede. But what you do, if you haven't seen the other videos, you crack Bobble on yourself on their turn. If it's a spell, you leave the Delver. You basically have the Delver trigger happen, reveal that spell, and then have the Bobble draw that spell after. But if it's a non-instant or sorcery that won't flip Delver, you stack the Delver trigger first, and then the Bobble trigger after that. So you draw that non-spell, and then you get another look to flip Delver. So it gives you 2 chances. Bobble plus Delver gives you 2 looks. So that's like improves your chances like by a lot. Okay, well, we were just able to win that one with some Delvers, and I feel like Delver is so much better than Ragavan, especially in this matchup, because they just have like Young Wolves and Strangler guys. Ragavan just can't get through, where Delver is a huge threat for 1 mana. So glad we didn't get the Ragavans. Let's go. Let's run it back. Okay, game 3, we're on the draw. That was a quick concession, but I mean, we did have a bunch of power in play. Yeah, I'm going to keep this. We have a Thought Scour to enable this, and a redraw. We have a Channeler that can start surveilling, and we have a Fury, which is just great. So these 1-land hands can be very strong with this deck. Again, this is Legacy over here. Opponent's on a multi 5 and about to just get Furied. Sweet. I assume they're going to keep this 5. Then they're going to decide what to put back. Usually if somebody's taking for a long time, they're not deciding, do I want to keep this? They're like, okay, I want to keep this, but it's hard to decide what to put back. Yeah, and they keep. Happens almost every time. I think I'm just going to let this Ignoble be alive for a turn and then Fury like next turn. Gonna fetch Shock Channeler here because I might want to Thought Scour on upkeep to try to hit a land. It's a nice trick you can do with Channeler. Oh, but then I won't be able to Thought Scour myself. Still think this is fine. And I could Fury the Ignoble, but I can likely just kind of get a 2 for 2. If they play any other random creature, I can just kill that plus Ignoble Hierarch on this turn. Then I also get a creature in the yard for DRC. It's so good. Okay, they pay 2 life. Strangleroot Geist. Okay, I probably still will kill both creatures even though I upgrade their Geist. I think that's worth it, and I'm lagging here. Let's see if this crashes. Okay. Oh, and then Thought sees me? Damn. Now they can take my Fury. Okay. I just lagged really bad for a second there. They only have 1 card left, though. So I can just race a Strangleroot Geist. So they probably have to take this. Yeah, they had to take Fury. But that's a creature in the yard for this. Guess there's no reason to Thought Scour on upkeep. I get to Surveil, but I'm gonna I need to Thought Scour myself to turn on Delirium, so. Okay, I take 3. I just want to find a land here. Bobble. Okay, well. If I bobble and Surveil a land to the top, I have to Thought Scour them. That just doesn't seem great to me. I'm gonna start with Thought Scour me. Unholy Heat. I mean, this card is good, but I just need to graveyard it. I think it's just better to graveyard. So we missed on lands there. We can turn on Delirium with this Bobble. Land. Okay, nice. Top. And then bobble you. Let's see what they draw. It's an Urborg. Okay. And then let's just attack for 3. And then next turn I can just play an 8/8. 1, 2. Never mind. I cannot play an 8/8, but I can play a 5/5, which should be enough. I mean, to at least stop this. Drawing the land. Don't want to see another Thoughtseize, would be annoying, but beatable. Yawgmoth? Oh man. Okay. Then they attack for 3. So they attack for 4. They put a -1/-1 counter on my DRC. Now if I turn off Delirium, it dies. Wow. Getting wrecked by Yawgmoth. Jeez. Might just lose on this multiply from the opponent here because they're attacking for 4 down to 10. They just have this. Man, this is brutal. I mean, playing a 5/5 is still going to be pretty good. But if I turn this off, it just gets smaller. Right, so I'm hitting them down to 10. I have an interesting line of play Delver, play DRC, rather than play Murktide, because they're not really killing me right now. And yes, they can sack a creature to kill Delver, but then they have to pay 1 for that too, and sack this or this. All right, let's start by attacking. So I hit them down to 10, and then if I Murktide, unfortunately, I would have to exile both instants just for this to be a 5/5. Still not lethal, and then this dies. So I'm going to go to 9. Oh, okay, I'm going to go to 9, get Island, play Delver, play DRC, and then this way, I don't have lethal right now still, but at least I'm closer. I can always iteration next turn looking for Bolt or something. There's no reason for them to activate Yawg right now. They can just untap and wait till their turn. All right, they're at 10. It's another Undying creature. God. They can't really just draw too many cards because then they risk dying. So they still need a way to tutor like the Zulaport Cutthroat. Can still win this. I mean, I might need to find Bolt plus land off iteration or something like crazy like that, but if I flip Delver on Bolt, that's going to be great. Thoughtseize on the Fury was brutal when I could have cast it and killed the Ignoble Hierarch. So they're putting a -1/-1 counter on this DRC too. And are they going to keep going? Kill the Delver? Another Undying creature? Or is this an Eldritch Evolution? On this? They have 2 cards left. They're just activating Yawg. This is interesting here. Assume Delver's going down. It does. They didn't even add mana. That's wrong because they're drawing a card, unless they have a definitive win already. They didn't attack yet. I don't know about that. They didn't add mana. They should have added a green mana. Evoke Endurance, kill both my DRCs. Well, geez. They can sack it to Yawg as well to draw a card. Put a -1/-1 counter on like one of these. That's pretty insane. Now I don't even get to Murktide next turn. I think I'm just dead now. Wow, that was honestly a sweet play. Jeez. Wow. And then Colony Garden, and then continue to draw cards and go off. This is just a solid deck. And then attack for 5. I mean, I guess they didn't need to add mana, but they should have. There's the lightning bolt that I would have flipped the Delver. Oh man. They just had a lot that turn. Oh fuck. Map 4. They can always sack Yawgmoth end of turn to have 4 power here. I don't know what my outs are. I guess I'm just gonna iteration. There's a subtlety in a steam vents, doesn't do anything. Alright, we got crushed. Start at 0-1 in the league, not ideal. I think that's a tough matchup. I'm drawing cards, that's funny. I mean, you basically just need to answer this card. You want to answer it, like, you don't want to let it hit play, and then you need Unholy Heat for it as well. Alright, why is this not going to the next game? I'm just, like, lagging a lot. Alright, I am going to restart Magic Online, and then I'll see you in round 2. Hopefully we can turn it around here. Let's go round 2. Alright, welcome to round 2. We're against Epic Warfare. They're on the multi 6 already. Let's keep. This hand looks great. We have DRC, we have Force, we have Delver, and Serum Visions. We can just, do it all. They say you too. Okay, Swamp Thoughtseize, Swamp Inquisition. Could force that and then try to get the DRC through, but I don't love that. Let's just let this resolve. If they take DRC, at least we still have a Delver. I think they should take this. It would be interesting to have forced that, but yeah. Okay, there's a Thought Scour. Let's just go Shock, Delver, go. It's nice now that we still have the forces. What is this? Mono black discard. Okay, well, resolves. We'll probably just take Serum Visions, honestly. Maybe even Thought Scour. I probably would rather them take Thought Scour. I'd rather have Serum Visions. Yeah, well. So much for that. This seems like it's like the rack. Because Swamp, Inquisition, Thoughtseize. Okay, definitely want to be able to force like a Liliana or something. So let's see, we may want to Thought Scour ourselves after we reveal this. It's an expressive iteration. Do you want to reveal this? Yes. And then we flip, and then they go Fatal Push on our turn. Okay, well that sucks. We can't force that because it's our turn. So that's resolves. Now let's just Thought Scour ourselves right now. I'll iteration next turn. There's a Serum Visions. It's actually a good draw. Let's just get basic. And then Visions. There's a Channeler and a Visions. Let's go top. Do I want the Serum Visions? Maybe not, because I want to hit land on this iteration. So let's bottom the Serum Visions, top the Channeler. Okay, nice. I want to get closer to more lands at this point. Another Inquisition. Resolves. They have 1 card left. These iterations should be great. Yeah, they take 1 of them. Now let's go iteration, draw the DRC, and then just play iteration. Hope to hit a land. We do, nice. So Murktide to hand. I guess Exile Mountain, play DRC. Nice, go ahead. Now if they played another Thoughtseize, I would force it, but looks like I'm just going to get to resolve Murktide here. Bobble. It's actually really good. Let's just bobble right now. I'll bobble them. Graveyard that. Bobble you. See what they're going to draw. They're going to draw a Swamp. Okay. So I'll start by attacking, and then I'll play a Murktide. So I definitely want to leave up Delirium. So we can leave a sorcery. Instant. And then I have, let's see, I have creature, land, instant, artifact. Creature, land, instant, artifact. So I can't, if I pay 1 more for for delve, like if I delve another spell, then I have land, sorcery, artifact, creature. Oh no, I'm still good. I'm still good. So I can exile one more spell and make an 8/8. So might as well just exile instant, and then pass the turn. Murktide is just so good. Wow, iteration. That's probably the best card in this matchup. Dead of Winter to just kill DRC. I think I might as well just force this. I get to surveil another force. Let's put on top. I'm down to draw that and then iteration. Let's just attack for 11. I'm just gonna leave up Force of Negation hardcast actually. I don't even need to iteration here because it's unlikely that they have a creature that kills Murktide, so I can just force any non-creature that would deal with Murktide, and then I'm good. Yep. I have no idea what we're playing against. Just mono black control, I guess. Okay. So they have a bunch of hand disruption. I mean, there's a chance I just don't want a sideboard. They just played a Scavenger Grounds, which, I mean, is actually pretty decent against me. I mean, it's super slow, though. I think I like Force of Negation, even though I have to discard a card. Countering the key removal spells, the key cards with Force seems great. Subtlety, I can potentially just cast. It might just be better than, like, what else am I bringing in? Blood Moon doesn't do anything. Fury is even more expensive than Subtlety. I don't even know if they have creatures. Maybe they have Dark Confidant, like that old, not old, but month or two old Gabriel Nassif mono black deck. I could just bring in Counterspell rather than like Subtlety or Force. Maybe that's just safer. It's just like, even if I'm trading down on mana with Counterspell, like countering a 1-drop, at least it's just good interaction for the matchup. I can counter removal, I can counter creatures or whatever. I think Force is just fine. Could go like 3 Force, 1 Subtlety, but I mean, they showed me mono non-creature spells and a bunch of Wraths, so I think we just run it back. This hand's great. I guess they can lead on the Inquisition or Thoughtseize, take this, but then I can just reload with my cantrips. Definitely don't want a mulligan in this matchup as well. I mean, I could just force this, play DRC next turn, and then they need like a removal spell for it. Otherwise, I start surveilling. I think I'm going to force this, actually. It's definitely a weird play, but let's force this, pitch Thought Scour, honestly. Because Serum Vision sets up my draws better than Thought Scour, and I can probably turn on Delirium anyway. Do I want to like fetch Shock Channeler? I don't think I need to fetch Shock. Let's just do this. I don't know if forcing that was good. Probably not. Profane Tutor. Whoa. Okay, I think I'd rather Bobble Surveil first to try to set this up. I guess I can also fetch Island right now and then Bobble, then Serum Visions. Bobble. So I should be able to turn on Delirium. Definitely topping this. I can't draw it this turn. As crazy as this is, I could not Serum Visions here. Because then I play around to Thoughtseize. No, it's worth it to turn on it's worth it to turn on Delirium. They're drawing a swamp. So we'll draw the Murktide, turn on Delirium. Let's go bottom, top the Delver, then attack for 3. Then we have Unholy Heat up, where I can have Delirium up as well. Drawing the Delver. Okay. There's Field of Ruin. They're just snapping off Field of Ruin right now and then into Fatal Push, I guess. I think I'm actually going to get Island here. Let's just float red, get Island. Could have floated blue to rep like Counterspell, but Because I have another red source in this steam vents. Okay, let's just keep going. They just fatal push? The Inquisition. Okay, so they probably take Delver, and then I just Murktide. So I attack first and then play a massive Murktide, which they might not have that many answers to. Yeah, I mean, they probably have Liliana of the Veil, but they might not have that much like targeted removal. I guess their Profane Tutor is going off, so scratch that, but nothing I can do. Okay. Thought Scour myself right now. Surveil. I'll just graveyard this for Murktide. And then go attack for 3. What did we mill? Lightning Bolt, Serum Visions. Wow, that's a lot of spells. And then go Shock. Murktide. So instant sorcery. Then we have land, artifact, creature, instant sorcery. So I can still exile one more. Let's just exile instant. Go. So they get to Profane Tutor here. I think they're just mono black control with Profane Tutor for value. So they're just gonna get, oh, they're gonna get a Wrath, like a Damnation here. Yeah, that's, I shouldn't have played the Regent. That was a mistake because of the Profane Tutor. Damn. Probably lost because of that. All right, let's just pass. That was bad by me. I had the threat out. I didn't need to deploy another threat. That was a mistake. 5 mana, Dark Petition. Yeah, I'm just gonna counter this. I don't know what's happening with the opponent's deck. It's just Thought Scour us. Bobble. All right, let's bobble ourselves to see if we want to draw that card. It's probably better just to play around Thoughtseize. So I'm just going to pass. Dark Petition, Castle Locklane, mono black. Wow. Leyline of the Void, just cast. All right, so I probably want to bobble myself here. It's a Scalding Tarn. All right, let's fetch. Leyline comes down. They have 1 card in hand, but they do have a Castle Locklane. Draw for bubble, draw for turn. Wow, that was great. So I think I'm just going to commit both threats again. I don't know how many. I mean, they also had the 3 mana Wrath, the Snow Wrath. Let's go. Just exile all these spells. And I guess a land. And then I'm just going to play Delver as well. I'm not playing around Second Damnation, which they could certainly have, but eliminate. Okay. Do they have Lily in their deck? They have 0 cards in hand. They're drawing with Locklane to take 1 less damage. They should probably just not do that. Yeah, they're just drawing Field of Ruin. So they're just mono black control with tutors, I guess. They draw 3 mana left. I have a 7/7. That's a 2-turn clock. They need to answer it next turn. I should have held that. Probably is irrelevant, though. So I don't have Delirium for this Unholy Heat, but they need an answer right now. They have the Damnation. Okay. Okay. Resolves. I can't turn on Delirium anymore either. Wow, this is terrible. Field of Ruin me? Sure. So I have 1 more Steam Vents to get, and that's it. Yeah, now DRC is not even turned on. Maybe that was a mistake. I should have made the Murktide one smaller. Yeah, let's just leave the Tarns. Right, let's just leave them, because if I Delver, I might want an extra look. Okay, there is a Delver, and there's a Force of Negation. Let's go bottom, top. Delver. Because now I know I'm flipping Delver. I can flip Delver, and I do want to draw the Force of Negation, definitely. Alright, well, now I don't, I think. I mean, maybe I still just want to draw it. Because they have so many spells, it's just good to have a negate. Alright, let's just draw it. Could have not deployed the Delver and drawn the Force to protect it, but that just seems not good. Alright, they're going to 4. So almost, Bolt is almost live. Another Murktide. It's only going to be a 3/3, but I'll have to fetch Shock, my last fetchable land, in order to protect this, but sure. So let's go. It's just going to be a 3/3. That doesn't actually kill them, which is funny. Don't think it really matters when I exile too much. If an instant or sorcery card leaves the graveyard, okay, they're not even going because they just drew triple Leyline. Leyline does crush the stack, actually, so it's good they didn't have any in their opening. Not going to fetch now. I'll fetch in response to like a removal spell on the Murktide. They cannot cast a lock point anymore. Oh no, this is actually bad. Oh, Blood Chief's Thirst kicked. Okay, well I can counter this now. If they had fielded earlier and then moved to main 2, I wouldn't actually have been able to counter it. I think I drew pretty well to have a chance in this game. The turn I played 2 threats was definitely just wrong by me. I wonder what their win con is. Do they have some combo? Well, that should do it. Just gonna do it now. They probably can't stop this. Crazy deck from our opponent. If they had ley lines like in their opening, that would have been brutal. I wish I could have seen what their what. Oh, it's not letting me type to them. That's so annoying. Come on, Magic Online. If anybody knows this list from Epic Warfare, I just don't know what the win con is. They have Dark Petition. Maybe it's just a Planeswalker. Is there any combo? I'm not. I don't know. All right. 1-1 after defeating a crazy mono black deck. See you in round 3. All right, welcome to round 3. This hand is great. Let's keep. We have Bobble, we have Thought Scour, we have Regent, and then we have some card draw and removal. It's not like perfect, but it is just a solid hand. Definitely a keep. That mono black deck was something else, huh? Oh, is this some type of mirror? He said, good luck. Delver, okay. Let's go cast Bobble, cast Delver, and use the Bobble for the Delver trick here. This Delver's probably just going to die. And then did they level me by, they're going to dash Ragavan? Okay. I guess I should Bobble them now to maybe draw a Force, just in case. Stoneforge Mystic, okay. At least I can kill that with Unholy Heat. Another Bobble, okay. I mean, my turn 2 of Unholy Heat Stoneforge, wow, Glacial Fortress. So this is just probably Monkey Blade with Glacial Fortress. And with no monkey in their draw. Sword of Fire and Ice, jeez. Okay, well, gonna Unholy Heat this right now. Let's go Bobble ourselves. See what we're gonna draw. It's a Thought Scour. Probably fine to draw that. So let's just go land, play Bobble, Unholy Heat the Stoneforge right now. And then let's just Bobble them. They have 4 cards in hand. One of them is Sword of Fire and Ice. They're drawing a Path to Exile. Geez, can they have any more scary reveals? They're just going to Path our Murktide now. Okay. Well, I want to draw the Thought Scour for sure because I want to Thought Scour a bunch, and I'm going to make this first Murktide a little bit smaller so then my future Murktides can be bigger because they're going to have to Path it anyway. So this seems good. I get to draw 2 off Bobbles. Just Pretty dumb card. There's a bolt. Nice. That protects me from the Sword of Fire and Ice, hopefully. And a Thought Scour myself here. We know they have these two cards in hand. DRC. That's actually really good. I kind of want to bait a path with my DRC. Nice. Let's just play 2 threats. I think that's pretty easy, honestly. They can path either one of these. It just makes it more likely that they're not going to be able to path my Murktide. I guess if they have Archmage's Charm here, it sucks. But Archmage's Charm is going to suck for us regardless. Counterspell the Delver. They didn't counterspell the DRC. Wow. That is aggressive. Why wouldn't they counterspell the DRC? It's just better than Delver. They're going to path it right now? Prismatic ending the DRC. I guess they were just thinking I can ending that, and then when I Delver, they're like, okay, well now I'll counter that and then ending this. Okay, resolves. If I had a force there, that would have been probably worth it to force. All right, there's a Force of Negation. I'm actually definitely going to play Regent now because I'm going to tap out. They might path on their turn, and then I can force that. So let's go. Drawing 2 lands is really nice here. Now I'm just going to make this full, I think. Well, there's only 2, so. Okay. Make a 5/5. Pass the turn. I could have gotten greedy and gone for like Thought Scour or Iteration, but I think that's bad. Again, I want them to path now while I'm tapped out, so I can force pitch Thought Scour. Hopefully keep my Regent alive. And then I can Iteration next turn. Seems great. 3 card types. I love how it tells you. It's really nice. It's just attack first, and then Iteration. If they have a counterspell and they didn't counter the force, that's bad news for me, but I feel like they would have countered it. They need to deal with this. All right, I mean, this sucks. No land. So I just take another Murktide and then just whatever, exile the force. I guess I shouldn't F6. Because they don't know if I have another blue card plus force here in my hand as well. Get to bring in the Mystical Disputes, probably the counter spells. So they have a Sword of Fire and Ice, but do they have anything to put it on? Resolves. I have a Bolt as well and an Unholy Heat. DRC. All right, let's attack. Oh, I could have just played a Regent there. And then I could have pump +2/+2. I think it's fine just to play DRC and leave up Bolt, because this is lethal anyway, especially with this. So I think this play might actually be better. I'm not sure. Bolt that. Okay. They have 1 card left. They're not going to get a hidden with sword here. I guess I could have bolted them when they were tapped out. But I can also just try to bolt them end of turn. If that doesn't resolve, okay, Stoneforge. Stoneforge is fine. Now if they go to equip, it's just totally fine. I can just Unholy Heat it and then attack and bolt them. Batterskull. They have 2 cards in hand. 1 is Batterskull, and they're equipping. I'll just Unholy Heat it. I mean, I guess I can just bolt them right now. Doesn't matter. Then I can't. They have Batterskull plus blank in hand, and this has Summoning Sickness, so I think this is pretty safe. Yeah. Okay. I think, let's see, Counterspell and Mystical Dispute are very good. I actually like Shattering Spree against Stoneforge Mystic's deck, especially with Sword of Fire and Ice. And even though Force was good that game, this matchup is incredibly grindy. And I think taking out all the pitch spells, it's, again, I've said this before, but it's the legacy play of take out your Force of Wills and just be like a grindy deck. Nobody is doing anything like too unfair here. So it's having like spells that you have to generally, for them to be good, to discard cards is not really where you want to be. You want to be an attrition deck, and I think the Shattering Sprees are worth it because being able to find a spot to kill the Batterskull or just kill Sword of Fire and Ice just allows you to win games that you couldn't win otherwise. So I like at least 2 Shattering Spree for this matchup. So see you in game 2 here. Okay, well, starting right now. All right, this hand looks great. I think I will fetch Shock. I'm likely to want to do that anyway. And if I draw another fetch, they're on mold to 5. They mold to 6 game 1. Yeah, I want to fetch Shock, so if I draw another fetch, there's a chance I want to do it to put more cards in the yard for Murktide. So, fetch Shock, Delver, Bobble. I guess I can also Bobble myself right now to determine if I want to Island Delver, if I want the card on top. Okay, well now I'm just going to kill this. So, never mind. Spire Bluff. Okay, well now we can just Bobble ourselves, determine which land to play. If it's a card I want on top, it's a Delver. I think I do want Delver. I can just play double Delver next turn. Just Unholy Heat this, and then again, next turn we just get to deploy double Delver and then set it up with Serum Visions. So this seems great. Just take out the Ragavan while they're tapped out. No Stoneforge is good. Do I want to fetch right now? I think Fetch Shock is decent. I just don't know if I need to. All right, let's just not. And then next turn I can just go Thought Scour Murktide. Just play some Delvers here. Delver's been great. And Delver does a fine job of trading with Monkey, 1 for 1. Lightning Bolt to Delver, sure. Fetch a tap land here, maybe a Triome. Yep. I love the Triomes. I think they're a great design. Like, really great design that they're fetchable, they're tapped. I knew modern decks were going to play at least one Triome that could. Okay. So let's see if we want to Thought Scour ourselves here in response to this. It's a Dragon Rage Channeler. Do not want to reveal it. But honestly, I think I want to just play it over Murktide and then put more spells in the graveyard and then Murktide later. I'm going to attack. I know they could flash and a snap and block, but I don't think they're going to do that. Then I'm going to go fetch land, fetch Shock here. I'm still at 20. Rather just have better mana. Would you like to pay 2 life? Yes. And then let's go DRC. And then I'm going to Thought Scour myself and then Serum Visions. Counterspell. Okay. I'm still going to Thought Scour myself first and then Serum Visions to set up the Delver flip. Another Murktide is a great draw. They have only 1 card left. Okay. So it's bottom Bobble, top Mystical, because then that can flip Delver. And then I cannot double Murktide next turn unless my Delver dies, then I can. Okay, they have 1 card left. So I'm flipping Delver at Mystical, and then I'm just going to get to Murktide and leave up Mystical Dispute. So land, attack for 3. And then I think I just want to tap 3 mana, play Murktide, and then I want to exile fewer spells actually. So let's just do that. It looks pretty sus, but then on the second one, I get to exile 5 spells, and then I grow this. Oh, I should have exiled 1 to play around Bolt. They would have bolted the Delver. I think this is fine, actually. This makes both Murktides as big as possible. And if they bolt Murktide, it's bad, but I should have exiled 1 spell for this one. But maybe it'll work out. They're just going to ending this. Okay, it's fine. Yeah, see, now this is better for me that I didn't exile anything. Now they just get wrecked. All right, let's Shock. Then I can hard cast mystical on anything. Yeah. Murktide's in like double Murktide is just so good, honestly. Okay. That's not that easy of a matchup. It's generally really close. I think the opponent mulliganed to 6 game 1 and then 5 game 2, and our draws were pretty good. I feel a little favored in that matchup, but I mean they have Sword of Fire and Ice and they have Monkey and stuff, so it's really close. But I like the matchup, so nice fighting back. I'm 0-2 against Yawgmoth, which maybe we can just find some other sideboard to help us. Like I don't know. I just need to like maybe some like stack based type of like creature counterspell, even like an essence scatter or something, or I'm not sure exactly what yet, but maybe something to deal with Yawgmoth, or just changing my plan and maybe Force of Negation is good, or I don't know, but maybe I need a new plan against Yawgmoth specifically because both times it didn't feel that great. So advance to 2-1. I'll see you in round 4. All right, fighting back to 2-1. We're against Doctor of Time. Good luck, Doctor. And I'm going to keep this hand. This hand is actually great. Channeler Bobble is just so good. I can go turn 1 Channeler Bobble and then Surveil to try to find a land on turn 2. Okay, this is an Asmo deck most likely. Wow, opponent with the sick quote-unquote Bloodstained Mires and Blood Crypts. I wouldn't choose either of these, but each their own. Okay, this is some type of living end deck or grief. Just evoking grief, pitching demonic dread. Okay, so it is living end. Black based living end. Okay, there's nothing I can do. I need to just find Force of Negation here. So they have 4 cards left. I don't know what they're gonna take. Maybe just DRC. They can't take DRC. They can't take a creature actually, because then if they living end, I get that back. I mean, they can, but they're still probably 2 turns away from living end. They're at 15. They take Bobble. That kind of makes sense. Bolt. I wonder if I just want to go Serum Visions right now. And then try to hit a land and play double 1-drop next turn. I feel like that's worse. I'm just going to DRC here. And then I can Surveil into Serum next turn. I have double Bolt as well, so I just need to hit lands. But this is looking decent. Grove pass, so they just have cyclers, and there is land. Perfect. So now I'm going to go Island, Serum Visions, Surveil. It's another land. I don't need that, and I want to put a land in the graveyard, so I have Artifact, Sorcery, Land now. So let's go. I drew a Delta. Let's bottom the Steam Vents, top the Unholy Heat to flip Delver, play Delver, attack with DRC, and then next turn I'm gonna flip Delver, turn on DRC, and I can like just double bolt them or something. I guess they're just gonna living end now though, so I'm kind of fucked. Yeah, I mean they just need any Cascador here, right? And then that's just a game. What if I just didn't play Delver? And then I get to Bolt a Grief. Yeah, I mean, I just need. There's just nothing I could have done this game. They take a Bolt. They have infinite power. All right, I'm drawing Unholy Heat. I mean, I can just kill their creatures, right? They took an Unholy Heat. Okay. So I can just kill this. And then next turn I can kill this. And then maybe fight back. But it's not looking great. I shouldn't have played the Delver. I just was thinking like I just need them to not have living end. I was like, I'm just not gonna play around it. Okay, they're just playing out of Gemstone Caverns for no reason. Oh, wait. I need to bolt this. What am I doing? Jesus Christ. I was thinking I was going to bolt this next turn, but I'm down to fetch shock bolt. Now I just need a Murktide. So this still isn't over. Land, go. And also we do have Thought Scourers that we can Thought Scour ourselves and then bring back our own creatures with Living End, which is nice. Bring it to 10. Doctor of Time, huh? I think I'm down to fetch, go to 9. Oh wow, oh, I milled a Steam Vents. Let's get Island. DRC, okay. I feel like I want to just take a hit from this street right here. See what happens. Cycle Carabid, sure. I'm down 2 Unholy Heats. Fury. Just evoking. Opponent has a pretty sick list of Living End. They seem like they have a good grief list. Okay. So they're going to kill DRC, attack for 3. There's nothing I can do. They pitched a Minotaur. Yeah, their list seems cool. Because they get Fury and Grief. They don't get Force of Negation. That's the thing. I like their list, though. Okay, Unholy Heat to kill this would be nice. Now if they just Living End again, they get Grief and Fury back and just wipe my board like kind of with the Fury. Are they just Living Ending right now? They are. And then they get Fury back. And they get to kill a DRC and a Delver. But then I get to bolt one thing. It's not enough. Because they get to kill both of these. Yeah, I'm going down here. I get also to bring in triple Cage, which is nice. Oops. Almost bolted the wrong thing. Let's just bolt the Fury. That's a 3/3 double strike. I get to double Surveil here as well. Murktide. It's top. Top. Okay. They have 2 cards in hand. I'm going to get to play an 8/8. And I have to attack with this. And I'm at 8. So I can block this and then take 7. So it's pretty close to over, but not quite yet. Taking them down to 11. And then if they cycle a bunch, they need to cycle, what, 4 times? No. They only need to cycle twice to kill my Murktide. Never mind. What am I talking about? I don't know if they can cycle twice, though. Definitely blocking this no matter what. And then I would go to 1. Oh, I just made this smaller. It's actually fine. I think I did want to make this an 8/8. Because if I made it 7, then I would still only have 10 power. They concede? It was not over. Maybe they didn't realize about this Delirium. Why did they concede? Because they didn't have cyclers? It wasn't over. I only had 9 power. Subtlety. So I would draw Subtlety, attack with both. No, not attack with this. So they would have had to attack with this, so they would have attacked with all. I block here, this dies, I go to 1. Next turn, I attack for 8, down to 3. And then I leave this back and then play Subtlety. I probably would have won, actually, but wow. Okay, Tormod's Crypt. I mean, Blood Moon might just get them. Counterspell. I mean, can I Fury? Because then I can just put Fury into my graveyard before Living End. It deals 4 damage divided as you choose among any number of creatures and or planeswalkers. So I can just turn 1 Fury itself, put it in the graveyard. And then if they live in, I get back Fury. I mean, it's not terrible. Maybe I want it. I'm not sure about that. I mean, it's a little deep. And Blood Moon, I can potentially lock them out. I don't think I want a Blood Moon. That also seems a little bit slow, especially on the draw. Bolt and Unholy Heat. Bolt just doesn't kill that much. Kills Grief, but a lot of their things are X4. Guess it kills Fury. I think Unholy Heat is good, right? I mean, I want to stop them from living ending if I can with Crypt and Force of Negation. I like Fury, I think, because if I have like multiple iterations that I don't have time for, just turn one Fury, get it out of there, put it in the yard. Then if they want to living end, I get to at least get a Fury in play and kill one of their things. I definitely want Thought Scour, and I think Serum Visions is good. I think my 1-drops are good. I wonder if they're going to bring in like Leyline against me. Also wonder if I need like a Brazen Borrower or something in the sideboard to just like bounce random Leylines and stuff. Okay. I mean, I might get griefed here, and I don't have a Tormod's Crypt, but I have a Force of Negation, Thought Scour, Murktide hand. They shock because they're going to cycle. Okay, this is a situation where I think I want to fetch. Pass the turn. They're just going to cycle here. I do like their deck, though. Their deck is real sweet. Grief, it seems like a good living end grief deck. Okay, let's fetch Island, Thought Scour us. Get some spells. Hit one spell. Alright, I want another blue card. I'm really flooded now. Channeler. So I can just go play a 5/5 Murktide. It's honestly not great. Because of they can just go cycle, living end, kill it. I think I'd rather just go DRC, leave up Force of Negation. I maybe should have fetched Shock in order to have Unholy Heat up right now, but I think saving life total is important too. Cycle. They cycle again. They do the Ceradon. So they have Ceradon, Minotaur. They have the 3/4, or they have the the other 3/4, the Deadshot Minotaur, the Carabid I was thinking of. Okay, they're just going for Cascade right now. Oh, they're not playing the new Cascader. They're not playing Shardless Agent, it looks like. They don't want to be 4-color. They just don't want Shardless Agent. Interesting. I guess they want the maximum number of black cards, and they don't want to stretch their mana. Okay, this is going to be a massive living end if they ever grief me. Blue card? Wow. That is pretty bad. Alright, let's attack for 1. Again, I'm not going to play Murktide and then just not have Force up. I can just hardcast a Force here if they try to living end without griefing. I guess they could hardcast Grief. Okay, they don't. I think I'm just not supposed to fetch. Because they could Violent Outburst. It's just not fetch. Wow. Getting super flooded here with my 18-land deck. And I can't even play spells to Surveil. Brutal. Let's just play Island. Attack for 1. Really sucks this is not a 3/3 right now. I mean, they don't have a grief, and they seem to be scared to go for it. They're probably just going to end of turn Violent Outburst, untap, and then Demonic Dread here. What I can do... This is a very weird play, but I think I have to do it. And this is the play. I need to Force of Will this Living End, and then Unholy Heat my own DRC. I think I need to do that because, well, I'm definitely forcing this. And this is the thing. Their other Cascader with this deck, oh, we get to Surveil. Thought Scout. I think I'm fine to put this on top. Ah, damn, I should have fetched first. Now I mess up my Surveil. I guess I'm just graveyarding then. It's just graveyard. So this is the point I was starting to make. The problem is their Cascaders are Violent Outburst and Demonic Dread. So if they just have Demonic Dread as one of their 4 cards, I lose the game. But I'm going to have a creature in play at some point to be able to win. The thing is, if they Living End, I lose. And the chance that they have Demonic Dread, I feel like it's fairly high. I'm gonna make this really weird play. Get to Surveil. I want Iteration on top, I think. Seems great. So this is really bad, but I'm just trying to play around Demonic Dread specifically. Maybe they go low enough or I can just play a huge Murktide and then kill them with it. They have another Violent Outburst. I mean, sure. They're also at 12. And if they just Violent Outburst on their turn, what? I get to put back just Delver DRC? That's not enough. They get a huge board and just kill me. Yeah, so they do have Violent Outburst, so... I mean, my play was still good because I'd rather have DRC in the yard. Now it comes back. Okay. If they have any cyclers, all these horrors get massive. Okay. Expressive Iteration, yes. I want to reveal that. Just couldn't find the Tormod scripts as well. So, let's see what to do. I'm at 18, so if they don't have, let's say they don't have cyclers, and I block these two, I'm taking 12, 15, 18. So I need to block 3 things. Ugh. I think I'm dead. Wow, that was weird. Let's just lead on Iteration. Surveil. It's another Iteration. Let's graveyard it. Ain't nobody got time for that. There's a Bobble, another Iteration, and a Channeler. Okay. So I can deploy DRC, Bobble, and Murktide right here. I think that's what I need to do. So let's go DRC to hand, exile Bobble, play DRC. I still don't think I can win this. It's Bobble, double Surveil, graveyard. Don't really want to show them this. Guess I'll just top for that reason. Let's go shock. So I have 3 card types, but it's going to be 4 with Bobble. Because I don't want to attack necessarily. So can still retain Delirium here. How do I win? So if I block 3 things, let's say I have 1 cycler, then it's 12, 15, 18. So I need to not attack, I think, as bad as this is. And then just try to win next turn somehow. Okay. I guess in main 2 I could have bobbled, but I know there's a Fury on top. It doesn't really matter. Are they just playing Demonic Dread just to make my thing not be able to block? Okay. Don't think that I can win. So they chose not to cast Living End. Yeah, they just have a bunch of Furies and they cycle. Jeez. So is this game, if I go block, 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 I take 12, 15, 18? Okay, it's over. Well, let's just see if they attack, because they conceded early last time. Okay. They got me that time. I'm on the play, though. Just need to find one of the 3 crypts. That makes such a big difference. I didn't see any... I didn't look too closely at their sideboard. I guess I should have. They also really don't have basics. Is this Fury plan just not that good? Discarding a card to just put a Fury in the yard? Alright, let's just try the Blood Moon plan on the play. Have a little bit more time. Alright. Oh, I cut even 1 Unholy Heat? Yeah, I guess it's fine. Definitely want Counterspell and Force. I mean, the matchup I think should be fine between Tormod's Crypt, 4 Force of Negation, 2 Counterspells. That's a lot, and then we just have good early pressure in these. All right, let's go game 3. We got this. All right, game 3. We're on the play. Crypt. No crypt, no land. Ship it. And no crypt. 1 land. 2 threats. They kept 7 cards. I wonder if I'm supposed to mulligan down to crypt, to Tormod's Crypt. I think this hand is good enough. So I think this hand is pretty solid. I get to fetch Shock and then Bobble Surveil. Okay, they lead Gemstone Caverns. That is pretty bad for me. I was thinking I have time to find Tormod's Crypt. I don't necessarily have that much time. I'm definitely going to Channeler into Bobble to try to hit a land. If it's a crypt, I would keep it. Let's keep that land on top. Cycle, sure. Cycle. Okay, not sure exactly why they're cycling right now, but it doesn't matter to me. Just Bobble after they draw. Just Bobble on their end step, I suppose. I think this is going to be close. I could get greedy and try to just play a turn 2 iteration, because if I have Crypt on top, then I can stop them. Also just gives me more looks than Serum Visions at finding like a Force of Negation as well. I'm going to do that actually. Let's Bobble you. It's a Blooming Marsh on top now. And there's Crypt. Nice. So let's cast Spire Bluff, cast Tormod's Crypt, and that's just going to be fantastic. Serum Visions, let's graveyard it. I guess topping it's fine. Topping it is fine. And let's go. I could have turned on this channeler here. I'm just gonna top again with this second Serum Visions. Just draw it. This is probably wrong. There's Counterspell and Thought Scour. Both of these are fantastic. Let's just draw the Counterspell. And then attack for 1. And we're protected from a Living End, at least the first one with this Tormod's Crypt. Definitely not cracking anytime now. I'm just going to wait till Living End is on the stack. Maybe they have some hate for it, but I don't know. I'm not expecting that. Now I get to flip on Counterspell, which is just great. Yes, I want to reveal that card. I mean, I can just cast a Serum Visions here, bin the Thought Scour off this, and then attack for 6 and just rely on Crypt for this one turn. I think that's actually not even that greedy. I think it's actually just a good play. I could also just Iteration here. All right, let's just Iteration. Bin the Thought Scour again to turn on Delirium. And then I'll just now take a Thought Scour into my hand, exile a Serum Visions, and attack for 6. Now I just need to untap, and I'll just leave up Counterspell for the rest of the game now. They're cycling. I wonder if they do have an out to Crypt. Do they have something like a Assassin's Trophy or Abrupt Decay or something? They go to 6. Okay. Are they going to try to just Living End and hope I don't crap Crypt? Seems like it's their line. Violent Outburst into... I just wanted to see their whole list again. Yeah, it looks like they don't have any hate for it. So let's just Crypt you. Oh, so they're just Wrathing. So that is bad for me. Should have had Counterspell up. I don't get any creatures back. This is not good. May have just messed up pretty bad. There's a Bubble and a Thought Scour. Let's go bottom, bottom, Bubble me. It's a Force of Negation. Okay, I'm definitely going to want to draw Force of Negation. And I'm going to want to Thought Scour myself. So let's just pass the turn, draw the Force. And then I can Thought Scour myself. They can start hardcasting their creatures here pretty soon. Maybe they hardcasted Grief? Oh no. Right, let's just Unholy Heat this. And they can take whatever. Probably just take counter. So they take Thought Scour. Interesting. And there's Regent. Nice. Let's go. So land, artifact, creature, land, artifact, creature, instant, sorcery. I can exile one more. Just do instant because I have an instant I can cast. Don't know if I need it to be an 8/8, and that's enough. That was a good top deck. I just keep top decking so well with this deck. That was crazy. I feel like I didn't play this match that great. Felt like I had an opportunity to lose even with the Crypt. I think playing the Iteration was just greedy, I guess. I at least probably should have just played Serum Visions because I get one Surveil off the Channeler, and then I can find a land to still leave up Counterspell. But Iteration was just so greedy. Yeah. I was just thinking, well, I can Iteration either into another Crypt, or I can just Iteration now. They can't Living End. But I was forgetting that they can Living End, that they can just Wrath me. I just wasn't thinking about that aspect, so... luckily didn't get punished, advance to 3-1, see if we can still 4-1 another league. Nice. See you in round 5. Alright, after getting kind of bailed out by the deck, welcome to round 5. We're 3-1. Opponents on the mulligan. I'm going to keep this. Oh, I didn't even look at... Okay, they're Luris. Okay, well, now I'm even more happy to keep this. I'm expecting them probably to be like black-red Luris. With Monkey and DRC, kind of like Spike's deck, Aspiring Spike. That's my guess. We'll see. Let's put their Luris over there. Oh, Thopter. It's not what I thought at all, but still fine with this hand. I'm going to let Thopter resolve. Definitely. We have Force of Negation and Subtlety, which is both nice. Oh, it's Hammer Time. Okay, they're on a multi-5 Hammer Time. Drum, I'm going to let that resolve too. Giver of Ruins. Okay, well, I can just kill that. There's not really a rush to kill it, but I mean, this can't protect itself. I guess it gives them, frees them up for like Springleaf Drum activations and stuff. I'm just gonna kill it now. Who knows if they have like random protection spells too? Pay 2 life, yes. Is there any reason to save Unholy Heat? I don't think so. It's really nice having Force plus Subtlety. Just feels so safe. I don't want to Subtlety anything though. That's the problem, I guess. I would rather let like one of their engine cards resolve and then kill it. Wow, they're just taking Luris to hand right now. Okay, so next turn they're going to try to play Luris, get Giver back. That is annoying. DRC. Okay, I'm going to just definitely play that. I could kill the Thopter because that kind of cuts them off mana. If they play Luris, they can add a mana with Luris. I can't respond to this, right? I guess I can, and then I can kill Luris in response. I don't know if I can do that. Let's try. Let's just see what happens here. I'm not going to kill the Ornithopter, right? Oh, wait. Oh, wait, no, I was supposed to. I'm just not going to. Let's see what happens. Let's just wait. So they have a Luris in hand. They have 3 cards total. They play another Giver of Runes. That resolves. I'm not going to play the Luris yet. All right, I'm going to Fetch Shock. Kill this now for mana efficiency. I think I can Unholy Heat it. I get to Surveil, which is nice. This card is really, really strong. Don't want this, I don't think. It's like an iteration into a land. I know that's greedy, but I just want more gas. More stuff to do. I don't think I've played this matchup recently. Serum Visions. I have instant land right now in the graveyard. I think I want to iteration here. I just want to hit a land off iteration. Delver. I think I'm fine to just graveyard this. It's slow and it helps turn this on automatically, and I can get a land more likely. Okay, I don't get a land. That sucks. Can take another Force though. It's pretty bad for me, honestly, that I didn't hit a land off iteration. I could have kept that Spire Bluff. Maybe that was just a little bit greedy. They're still at 20 and they have Luris plus a blank in hand. If they just tap out for Luris, I'm going to let it resolve. Urza's Saga. That's pretty annoying too. So now I don't know if I'm going to let it resolve because they can recast a Giver. So if I Subtlety the Luris, it's not even that good. It does buy me some time though. They have to redraw Luris. All right, let's do it. Let's just Subtlety that. Just really slows them down, kind of time walks them in a way. They can get an Urza's Saga. They can make a card instruct on their next turn if they want to do that instead. But I think subtletying there is worth. Serum Visions. Okay, let's cast now. Don't think I really have time for that. Another Force. So I could top. I also don't hate just graveyard. Or bottom, I mean. Don't really need more lands. I just, again, need threats. Could Serum again here. Let's do it. Could have kept that land, I suppose. Alright, I should leave up Bolt. Let's draw the Scalding turn finally. And bottom, geez. So I have 4 lands on bottom. I don't want to really fetch, but I will obviously if I have to here. Alright, they can start making constructs, which is actually a pretty big problem. They're probably going to do that rather than Luris. They should not do it right now. It's main phase. Yeah, they should. They already drew their card. Then that they know it's Luris. I just need a Murktide. If they construct, I'm just gonna kill it. Maybe not even on their turn, because I don't know if I want to fetch, but probably should, because then I can just leave up Hardcast Force, worst case scenario. They have to wait for this to resolve to make a construct. If I don't know if they know what's happening, but I guess I will fetch. It sucks to put 4 lands back into the deck, but it is what it is. I think I did not play this game that well either. It's the wine getting to me, the 1 glass of wine. Okay, they let that resolve. Now they're going to make a construct. I'm going to kill it. Could just ignore it also. Like, I guess I'm at 14. And then when they make another construct next upkeep, then they have 2 4/4s. And then it's kind of too late. This is going to die next turn and they're going to get like a hammer. Oh, they're casting Luris. Okay, they're going to get a giver back. There's nothing I can do, but I can bolt the Luris at least. Surveil. Then I guess they're not getting hammer. They're probably just going to get some random 1-drop creature. All right, I'm just going to kill the Luris. Just get Mountain here. Take less damage. Lightning Bolt this. Surveil. Graveyard. Can I find one of the 4 Murktides, please? No, but Delver is good. This is going to go off. They didn't make a construct, which is interesting. Get them down to 11. Like, what are they going to get? Are they going to get Esper Sentinel with Urza Saga? Are they going to get Hammer? Because I can't counter the Hammer if they get it with Saga, which is why that card is so good. So they make a 3/3. And then they make it a 4/4 with the thing they get from Saga. Jeez. That's a good card. I feel like I bring in Blood Moon against them because it kills Sagas and... Oh, they got Hammer. Another Saga. Jeez. Okay. They have 1 card left. I really need to flip Delver this turn in order to have a 2-turn clock. I mean, I guess they have a blocker, but maybe I find a Bolt. Oh, and they can just Ornithopter, give it protection with Giver. Oh man, I'm wrecked here. Just losing to this card. I think I misplayed this game just with all my surveils. I did not play well. Now even if I flip, I think it's going to be too late. Lightning Bolt though. So I'm going to have to kill this. If I kill it now, they can just give this pro blue or pro red. Killing the artifact is kind of nice. I'm going to start just by attacking with both. They have 1 card in hand. We don't know what it is. Hopefully it's no way to equip this, otherwise I die. So are they going to block, give it protection? Then I might just kill the Ornithopter. It's, I guess, a greedy play, but not really even. It makes their construct smaller. It just takes out their flying blocker right now. If I kill this, they get to block this turn and next turn. All right, so just let this happen. If they want to target it, then I bolt it. A little bit greedy play by me, but think this is what I want to do. Wow, they just let it happen. So now I can bold this construct right now. Oh no, I can't because they have giver up. Interesting. Okay, well, I'm just going to pass the turn with force up now. I can just kill them next turn with bolt plus attack. Did they misplay here? They have some way to equip hammer, perhaps? If they go Sigarda's Aid, that doesn't work. They need the Metalcraft Lord, the Pure Steel Paladin. And if they just play Pure Steel without making a construct, no, that does work. So Pure Steel kills me. No. Do I have any way around this? Equipment you control have equip 0. I can't force them negation anything. They just like, I could have forced this at some point this game. Because if I just bolt this, then they just give it pro red and then they're fine. God damn. Nothing I can do. Now this just has equip 0. I'm at exactly 13. Damn. That sucks. I mean, bolting the giver would not have worked either, right? Brutal. I feel like I didn't play great there, but I don't know if the opponent played that great either. I definitely want Fury. I think I actually do want Blood Moon because they also should have Yawgmoth Nexus. Shattering Spree coming in. Okay, that's all I want. Subtlety and Force of Negation are also like instant speed interaction. I can like counter Sigarda's Aid, I can counter Hammer. Subtlety, I can just like slow them down. Bringing in 6 cards though, it's a lot. Is this a matchup where I can just take out Iteration? This is a blue and red card for my blue pitch spells and my Furies. I have no clue how to sideboard. I mean, definitely bringing in Fury and Shattering Spree, and I think Blood Moon is worth it. Maybe Blood Moon's just not, but turning off Yawgmoth and Urza's Saga does a lot versus them. The thing is they can just still cast their spells. I think Blood Moon's worth it, just saying like you can't have Urza's Saga. It's pretty dumb, but I think that's what I need to do. What if I just do like... Maybe I cut Subtlety? Putting most of their creatures are just so cheap that Subtlety is not that good. I think Force of Negation is good at countering Sigarda's Aid and Hammer. Like, it doesn't really matter which creature they put something on, and a lot of their creatures cost like 0 or 1. All right, let's try this. I don't... Maybe cutting Delver is just wrong. I can cut 1 Murktide, leaving... Because it's like a little bit clunky in this matchup. It's a little bit slow. I have 2 Serum Visions. Maybe go down 1 iteration and keep all the Delvers so I can race more easily. Just go Greed. I don't know if that's right. I'm going to try it. Trim Murktide because, again, it's a little bit slow, especially in this matchup. The Subtleties, their creatures are just so cheap. I feel like I could have won that. I feel like I punted it. Snap Keep. They reveal Lurrus. Definitely need to get 1 island. Do I want to lead DRC or do I want to just lead Delver to give it more chances to flip? I'm going to be deploying 2 more threats on turn 2. So I think leading Delver is better. So let's just get Island. Oh no, I can't get Island. I need 2 mountains, so that was close. Jeez. So I have to get Steam Vents. Could lock myself out with this Blood Moon potentially, but maybe I find another fetch. Delver. Go. Maybe I can just race somehow this game. Just sucked they were able to get their hammer with their Saga, so I couldn't force it. They may be able to do that again this game. Wow. Do they have a 1-drop as well? Lantern. Okay. Sure, it's annoying, I guess, but whatever. I'm almost not going to Thought Scour, like, almost no matter what, but I'll just stop on my upkeep just in case. Force of Negation. Do you want to reveal this card? Yes. So I have no way to get Island here and play both DRCs. Does that matter? I'm going to say no. So I'll just get Mountain at this point. Should probably just fetch Shock again. Channeler, attack for 3. I mean, this draw was good from us. If I draw any land, I'm still gonna Blood Moon. I have a force and then force into Double Surveil to try to look for another fetch. Yeah, Risen Saga is such a good card. See if I can turn this match around and get the 4-1 in the league and retain my 4-1 or better with the deck. They know about Force of Negation. They don't know about blue card. Oh, please let me find a land. Please play something that I can force to give me a better chance to find a land too, because I can Double Surveil. Looks like they're not going to do that. They're just going to make a construct. Then they can turn these off with Soul Guide Lantern. Okay, land on top, please. Land. Nice. And it's a fetch. That's so good for me. Island. Blood Moon. Kill both Urza Sagas. Jeez. That is insane. I can't turn these on, but I guess they can make a construct here, but that's probably not going to be enough. Cuz I kill both of these with Blood Moon. Yeah, so they make a 4/4. I get to Double Surveil. Let's graveyard that for sure. And let's graveyard that too. Excuse me. And then I can only attack with Insect. Also gotta watch out again for Soul Guide Lantern, exiling my graveyard and turning off Delirium. But I can attack for 3. I am down to 13, so I could just die to a 4/4 as well. But if they attack with their 4/4, then I might be able to attack back. Okay, this is not over. They have the plains. Turn 3 Blood Moon, kill 2 of your lands is potentially not good enough. They still got a 4/4 out of their land. All right. They're attacking me down to 9. I'm going to take. Definitely going to take. They might have to pop Soul Guide Lantern at some point to turn off Delirium here. Because I'm going to Thought Scour myself. Giver of Ruins resolves. Yeah, but now I can't really attack because then they can eat one of my things with Giver. That's annoying. Bobble. Okay. Get to Double Surveil off this Bobble. Graveyard. Top. It's not even that good. I have no spells in my graveyard. I guess I can't even cast it through Blood Moon right now. Let's graveyard it. Now let's Bobble. See what they're gonna draw. What I can do here, which is a pretty crazy play. Oh, oh, I already had a Bobble in yard. I was gonna say attack with everything, and then I thought I was gonna have Delirium, but I just don't right now. I'm actually still in trouble. Because if I turn on Delirium, their Soul Guide Lantern just gets me. Now their Giver is going to be on as well. I can Thought Scour them right now to try to surveil to find a removal spell for Giver or for Construct. I think I'm just going to wait. I guess if I found Unholy Heat on my turn, I can just kill the Construct right now. No, I can't because then they just pop Soul Guide Lantern and then turn off my Delirium as well. Do I want to kill Giver of Ruins? I think no. There is an Unholy Heat. Okay, that's interesting. So I can take out potentially one of these. Okay. I was going to say I'm probably going to Thought Scour them so I can set up a nice draw and set up the Surveil. Then if they pop Soul Guide Lantern, I can Unholy Heat something in response. No, that doesn't work. They have Giver. I'm still just going to Thought Scour them right now. I know I don't have Force Up then, but it's fine. Let's go Graveyard. I don't want that. Graveyard. It's a Lightning Bolt. It's not a bad draw. Because if they pop Soul Guide, their Construct also goes down to a 3/3. So what about this play? This is actually a pretty sick play. I have 2 instants right now. So I go double block the Construct. They go tap Giver. This is really interesting. Double block the Construct. They go Giver Pro Red. In response to that, I Unholy. Doesn't work really. Why don't I just bolt the Giver right now and see what happens? They're at 11. I mean, I can just take here. And then I can just maybe go for the win somehow by going like I get 4 surveils to try to find another burn spell, like another lightning bolt to win. I'm just gonna take here. It doesn't actually do anything to go to 5. Do you want them to have to pop Soul Guide Lantern though? I can just wait though. Oh, they put Glurus into their hand, tapping the Ornithopter? That was Ultra Greed. Okay, so now I just wait. I attack them with everything. Then they pop Lantern to turn off my Delirium, most likely, and then I just turn it back on by surveilling 4 times. So, just untap. That was greed. Okay, let's attack them with everything. The Delver is actually a good draw because it's a potential chump blocker as well. Let's attack. They're going to pop Lantern. I let that resolve, and then I have to turn on Delirium with 4 surveils and 2 instants. So I need to hit 3 card types out of 4. That's pretty hard to do, actually. So, resolves. Let's go. I guess Lightning Bolt you to start. No. Let's start with Unholy Heat, the Giver. See what these surveils are. This is really interesting. Okay, Artifact is great. Graveyard. Non-instant. Sorcery. Graveyard. Perfect. Okay. I'm going to go for the win now because now I just need to hit creature, land, basically one more thing to turn on Delirium. So they're giving Construct right now. Protection from red. I mean, I could just kill the Construct and then they have nothing left. But I think I can just try to kill them. I'll just let this happen, sure. Then let's go bolt them, try to go for the win. Sorcery. I need to graveyard it to try to find the win here. And creature. Graveyard. Turn it back on. That was sick. Okay, that was cool. I had the Delver to just chump as well there. So I wasn't dead. I think that was the right line to go for the win. Whew, that was cool. I think I did have to show them the Shattering Spree there, but man, that was cool. Also had to show them Fury, but had to win. Went down to 3 Murktides. Blood Moon just killing 2 lands there. I think I'm still going to Blood Moon on the draw. I think it's worth. I like Force of Negation, even though it hasn't been great yet. I think I do want to try to counter key spells. I still have 6 pitch spells here. All right, let's just run it. I don't want counter spell. It's just way too slow. They're like an Ornithopter Springleaf Drum deck. They're revealing Luris. Yeah, keep. Just 1 land, but I'm on the draw, so I have more chances to draw lands, and I have multiple removal spells and a lot of threats. So if I draw a land, this hand is great. If not, it's still fine. Memnite. Esper Sentinel. Okay, that's annoying. Bobble. Okay, let's go. Fetch Shock. Yes. Channeler. Bobble. Surveil for a land. Oh, they get to draw off this. Forgot about that. Okay, nothing I can do. I have to do this. Top. We know the top card's a land, so no reason to do it now. There's nothing I could do. I had to let them draw off that Esper Sentinel, I think. It's just not going to be that type of game. Also, what I can do, I know I'm going to naturally draw the land next turn. I can just, in order to flip these Delvers, what if I just don't crack Bobble and then crack it on their next turn to try to set up the double Delver flip? Give myself 2 chances for that. Oh god, there's Saga. I think I'm going to go for that line of not crack Bobble here. Oh, Stoneforge Mystic, get Hammer. Get Hammer. Okay, I'm in trouble. Definitely in trouble. There's Thopter. Attack for 2. There's no way I can Delirium. I'm going to do this. I'm at 15. I'm just going to draw the Delta, crack it, play Island, play Delver. Maybe I get hammered right here, but so be it. Okay, pass. I basically just need to flip these Delvers and then go like attack for 9, and win that way and have them not be able to equip Hammer. It's my only chance. I can like Unholy Heat the Thopter. I'll just bobble them on their end step, try to help flip these Delvers. Coming right down to it, going for the 4-1. Wow, this Hammer deck is better than I thought. I mean, Hamuda just won a challenge, modern challenge with this deck, I think, which is pretty cool. And who says white's the worst color? They also have double silent clearing for their white lands. They're going to Stoneforge Mystic, probably put in Hammer, so it can't get forced. They're just attacking with only Memnite, not Esper Sentinel. Okay, I would not trade anyway. I'll take one. Go to 13. Now I bobble myself. Spell. It's a Force of Negation. Great draw. Okay, so now I want the Delver triggers to happen first because we know Force of Negation is there. Flip, flip. Yes. Yes. And then draw the Force. They have 3 cards in hand. Draw for turn. It's a Delver. They do have an Ornithopter, which is a flying blocker. They have an Urza Saga on 2, which they're probably going to activate. Very, very interesting here. I have 2 card types in the graveyard. You know what I kind of like? I kind of like just Unholy Heat the Ornithopter right now. It's going to die. They can make a construct in response using the Ornithopter. But if I hit a creature or a sorcery on this Surveil, I turn on Delirium, I attack for 9 in the air, and then I have a 2-turn clock. And then I can just chump whatever they equip with Hammer to survive. So start with this, and I'm not going to pay for Sentinel. I'll let them draw. No. Land. Damn. I missed. I missed. Well, now what I can do, this is actually potentially fine. I still need to graveyard this. There's no way for me to draw it right now anyway. I guess I could have gone Iteration. Because then if I hit a land on Iteration, that would be good. So they're going to make a construct here. They're just adding 1 mana. Pass. See if they activate Stoneforge or if they activate Saga. They're going to Saga. They make a construct. That's fine. I really hope they make another construct. So my only play is attack for 6 in the air. This is where Delver is so much better than Ragavan. Just having flying is just massive. You can just ignore the ground. Okay, I hit them to 10. Then I play a Delver as a chump blocker. Now I can definitely turn on Dragon Rage Channeler next turn with Expressive Iteration, but I might Force of Negation something. They can also get Hammer with Saga, but again, they don't have any flyers, so whatever they equip Hammer to, I can chump with this Delver. This is close. This is a tight league right here. This is pretty sick. They're down to 10. I can turn on DRC, but I can't necessarily turn on DRC and bolt them. So it's very, very close. They added a mana, and they're searching their library for something. Oh, they're going to get... Oh, shit. What if they get Soul Guide Lantern? And then I could chump with DRC, hope to flip Delver to kill them. If they get Soul Guide Lantern, that's the line. I mean, I don't even need to chump yet. That's only if they can equip Hammer. This is so close. This Esper Sentinel has drawn a couple cards. This card, when I read it, I was like, this card's very good. Definitely will see play. Okay, they get Shadow Spear. Damn. I can't force that, and I don't have Bolt Up. What are they playing here? They're activating Stoneforge. They're playing Pure Steel Paladin. Okay, nothing I can do. And they can equip 0 here. They have 1 mana floating. Okay. And they have Hammer. So I need to force this. This is still not over. They get to draw a card. Surveil. So this does not turn on DRC, but it does flip Delver. So close. So they have a 6/6 trample lifelink. They're going up to 15. And if I literally hit, if I turn on DRC and flip Delver, I can still hit for 15. So I need to flip Delver. I can have one more look at a sorcery or creature on this bolt on this Surveil. I think it's worth it just to flip Delver. Just gonna top. They get to draw. I need them also to not have another hammer, otherwise I lose. No, Thopter kills me too. Wow. Wonder if they just drew that. I mean, they drew 3 cards off Esper Sentinel, so they played a 1/1 Ancestral Recall. They're going to gain 7, go up to 16, and I can't actually deal 16 damage. There's no way I can. I can chump with something to turn on DRC, though. That's just obviously doesn't matter. They have a 7/7 lifelink trample. Oh, we're going down. I could have played a little bit better in game 1 as well. I think that was my downfall. Let's just see if we could have dealt, if we can deal 15 here. Oh, maybe, oh no, because they have a flying blocker. And they're just going to chump. They equip to Ornithopter to make a 1/3, sure. So there's no way for me to have a second bolt. So I need to draw the Force of Negation, flip the Delver. There's just no outs, right? Now even if I bolt them, turn on DRC, hit, they have a blocker. And they can just make a big trample lifelinker. Wonder if I had outs. Oh, we're going to pay this time. Damn. If they didn't have the Ornithopter, I would have had lethal. Can I just multi-block this? It's going to be a 6/6. I'm at 4. Guess I won't concede yet, but it is probably over. I didn't kill this. Has equipped 0. I'm at 4. So if I go double block this, 6, I take 2. And then if they attack with all, I'm just dead. I'm dead on board. Man, that was close. They take 2. Obviously, they wouldn't have done this. And now they can get hammer, play it, and then equip. The deck is good. The deck is really good. I wonder if the best chance to win would have been to go just attack with everything, hit them down to 1, and hope they go oh, just tap mana, pay 1 life, and then they didn't realize they were at 1. But that's so unlikely. I should have done that, but who cares? All right, so we finally 3-2 to lead with the deck. I didn't play that well this league, and I think that's let's go to the list. I had to restart Magic Online. I didn't play that well, and I think that's why I 3-2'd instead of 4-1'd. I think I could have 4-1'd. Maybe I could have won that first game or maybe that last game. Feeling a little tired. I'm honestly a little exhausted from working during the day and then trying to record this at night, having a glass of wine. It's excuses, right? But still a really fun league. That last match was actually super fun. It was so close. It's just like if they didn't have the Ornithopter, let's see. I cast a spell on their. Did I cast? Oh no, I cast Force of Negation, allowing them to draw a card. They might have drawn the Ornithopter there, but I had to Force of Negation the hammer, so there's nothing I could have done there. It could have maybe killed Esper Sentinel instead of deploying threats, but I don't think that would have been good. I mean, they just drew so many cards off Sentinel. I think that's what lost me the game, but I just didn't have time to take a whole turn off to kill it, and that's the power of that card. Deck felt great, honestly. I'd probably just run it back. Still 3-2'd the league. I mean, it wasn't like it was a bad result. The deck is still strong. And I think that league, better than any other, showed the power of Delver versus Ragavan. Because, like, imagine Ragavan versus, just like, especially that last matchup where they had a bunch of ground blockers versus Hammer Time, and then also versus Black Green Yogg. It's like Ragavan doesn't really do anything. It gets outclassed. We're not like a counterspell deck, so we're more of a tempo deck with Delver. I don't know. I've liked it. I still do want to try Ragavan, but Delver just seems really strong in so many situations. Um, I understand the lists that are like 4 Ragavan, 4 Counterspell, and they don't play Force of Negation. You're more mid-rangey and you play Ragavan, and then you can like bolt something or unholy heat something, and then you also leave up Counterspell for their next play. Then you hit with Ragavan again, and then you hit with Ragavan again. I mean, we can do that too, but I don't know. I think this build is really strong. I would just run it back. If I had to play a GP tomorrow, I'd bring this. So thank you so much for watching. Channel youtube.com/snapbolt. Till next time. Peace.